These deportees are not aware of it, he said, end of quote. Sonko said the 25 deportees comprise mainly young Gambians in their late 20s. Most of them are very young. I met only one of them whom was reportedly in prison because of drugs. The others were caught in transit to other EU states, which they are not allowed to do as undocumented migrants, he said. The spokesperson of the Gambian Immigration Department, Chief Superintendent Mamanding Diba, did not confirm the arrival of the chartered flight. I am not aware of this as we speak right now. I cannot confirm anything. Perhaps when I get to the office on Monday, he told the Standard, end of quote. However, in October, the Director of Migration and Diaspora Affairs at the Foreign Affairs Ministry, Musa Kamara, confirmed the November 11 deportation to the Standard, arguing that it is the prerogative of every nation to extradite a particular set of migrants. According to a news featured by the New Humanitarian in January 2020, the government's failure to create more jobs in a country of 2.3 million people is adding to the growing frustration. Meanwhile, several European nations have been toughening their asylum laws, with some embracing the Gambia's democracy as an opportunity to increase returns. In August 2018, 144 Gambians were deported from Germany out of the 40,000 Gambians who arrived by sea in Europe between 2014 and 2017. During the peak year of the Mediterranean migration crisis, very few have been granted refugee status. Returns from Germany began accelerating after the Gambian government agreed to greater cooperation with the EU on returns in a non-binding good practice accord reached in May 2018. Politicians want to show they are doing something on migration, said Brigitte Humla of the Gambian Helper Network in an interview with the New Humanitarian in 2018. Part of the Refugee Council of Baden-Württemberg, a refugee rights NGO, they want to send the message that if you come here, you won't be successful. Many deportees were in steady jobs, had been living in Germany for several years, and were all integrated, Humla said. People whose asylum applications are rejected always live in fear of deportation. In Germany, around 2,600 Gambians are at the imminent risk of deportation, and a further 6,000 asylum cases are pending. All told, an estimated 10,000 Gambians in Germany are potentially subjected to return, according to a report by Berlin-based think tank, the European Stability Initiative. 1,000 more Gambians are potentially at risk of return around other European nations, although deportations from Italy and Spain have so far remained very low. In March 2019, Barrow warned some Britain room when he refused to cooperate on deportations in reaction to a public outcry over a flight from Germany carrying 20 deportees who reportedly arrived without authorization in handcuffs and shackles. The government argued that Germany was breaching the agreement that return should be at a manageable rate, although there is no specific target. But the moratorium was likely to only ever be temporary. The EU is the Gambia's main development partner, providing 55 million euros in budgetary support, which includes 3 development projects focused on tackling the root causes of irregular migration under the EU's Trust Fund for Africa program. Return flights were quietly resumed towards the end of 2019. Research published in November 2019 by the Arnold Bagasresa Institute (ABI) points to the high political stakes for the Gambia in returning rejected migrants, especially when remittance from the diaspora, including from irregular migration, account for 15% of its GDP. Source: the Standard newspaper and the New Humanitarian. Reporting for LSTV1,